Hey friends, I want to tell a story about a divine orchestration, meeting Tim and Dawn. So here's the story. We heard some friends and I, what God was doing in Asbury. And our hearts were stirring because we had been praying for a move of God among university students. So when we heard what God was doing in Asbury, we say we have to drop everything and go. And by a divine orchestration, we had a friend that said, I've met once a couple that lives there. So we happened to stay in Tim and Dawn's house when we were for 3 days in the Asbury outpouring. And God used Tim and Dawn to mark my life. That was the start of a friendship, but what we didn't know is that was the start of a much bigger plan. Because as we got to know each other, we had been here praying for a revival among university students in Europe, and God has been in the last years bringing by His grace into His glory over 3,000 university students from 86 nations to cry for a move of God. We're just getting started. We're a movement that is started officially as an organization just from January 2023. We were asking God, it would be so incredible to have the prophetic in this. And as we got to know them, it's like, can you come and pour out in these students? And in these last months, they came twice already for 2 Revival Hearts retreats. And God used them to mark the students' life as they did in my life. But not only mark these students that were from Germany, UK, and Norway, and Israel, and Croatia, and from different nations, but also, as we look together, it's like, my goodness, this seems a much bigger story that God is writing. This seems that this is an invitation for us as Revive movements to listen from the living God through the prophetic. And Tim and Dawn, we see as an answer to prayer, as the ones who will be leading the charge for the student generation, training an army of other intercessors who step into the prophetic to hear what God is saying to people's lives and be part of this movement of revival. We are incredibly excited. We are incredibly expectant how God will continue to use Tim and Dawn. And we want to invite you, if you want to get into this journey with us of what God is doing in Europe and beyond, it will be a privilege for you to consider to partner in prayer and financially investing in revival among students in Europe to live up the prophetic to the ministry of Tim and Dawn. Thank you for considering this.